And how is everybody this fine day? My name is Alan Roberts. I hope you all had a fabulous week and are getting ready to have a fabulous weekend. Today, we're going to talk about how to break a plateau. Now, I have made it really clear that I couldn't give a shit less about what's going on in the personal lives of any of these huge cow women, or low cow women, whatever you guys want to call them. I don't care. Because I don't care about their lives. They're objectively horrible people, pretty much all of them. They mostly fleece their audiences, especially this woman. And this woman also happens to have a father that she supports that's a pedophile. So I couldn't care less about their lives. But this woman did put out a video today on her, today or yesterday, on her Instagram talking about how she has hit a plateau for the last 3 weeks. And I know that a lot of people hit plateaus as, somebody that's coached thousands of people to weight loss. So I thought I would help her out, even though objectively she probably hates me and I don't give a fuck. And I would also like to help out the people that are listening, because this is a very serious thing that happens to a lot of people. Everybody's like, oh, I hit a plateau. You actually hit homeostasis. That's what you hit. You hit homeostasis. And there can be a lot of reasons why. Maybe your basal metabolic rate took a hit because you were stressed for the holidays, but all sorts of stuff, right? But reality is that if you are not losing weight, it's because you are eating food in equivalence to what you are burning. If you're not losing or gaining weight, you're at homeostasis. It's one thing if it happens in a week, like especially for women, because there could be many different things, like your hydration levels could be completely different. You could be getting ready to have your cycle. But if it's 3 weeks in a row that you haven't lost any weight, you've reached homeostasis, very likely. And this is exactly it. Plateaus are literally the matching of intakes and expenditure. That's exactly what happens, 100%, every single time too. When it's a true plateau, like when you haven't lost any weight in like 3-4 weeks, and you think you're trying, you're not actually trying, and that's what we're going to get to, right? So here is Alexandra Rodriguez, also known as a liar. Just true. I mean, I'm not even going to I've proven it. So, So you don't know what to believe here, just to be honest. Like, you don't know if you should believe all this bullshit or not believe all this bullshit or whatever the bullshit is. Let me make sure we got the sound up. We do got the sound up. All right. So this is her in her car driving while filming, which is honestly one of the most irresponsible things a human being can fucking do. Which, again, no shock. No shock at all. So here we go.
Solo car chat while I'm driving right now, because today is weigh-in day on my weight loss journey. I weigh in every Friday, and if you're new here, I'm doing WW.
Which, by the way, that's stupid for women to do to begin with. Weighing in every Friday is extremely dumb. Like very low level intelligent. Because for real, if you're a woman and you are still menstruating and ovulating, your weight and hormones are going to be radically different through different times of the month. Your best bet is to grab it in the 2 weeks in between each one of those. Like, you have your menstruation, a valley, your ovulation, a valley. The valleys are where you should weigh. Anything else is just noise numbers. Like, your weight, women can retain up to like 5% of their body mass when they're getting ready to have their cycle. Like, so technically she could fucking gain 15 pounds, close to, that 5% is close to 15 pounds. That's sad. So here we go.
Weight Watchers. I'm down 44 pounds so far, and
which is very good. I mean, I don't think that people. I think people take it the wrong way. I think she's objectively a horrible person. I want her to lose weight. I want everybody to lose weight. The more fat people lose weight, the less problem we have in society. Because being fat is objectively a burden on society. And it's very bad for you to do yourself. And this person has a young child that is already behind the 8 ball when it comes to this shit, because her food choices are still very, very bad. But
I'm feeling really, really good. I love this program. I feel like it just really works for me and what.
You haven't lost weight in 3 weeks. The program is not working for you. The program is giving you the food you want to eat, but the program is not working for you if you have not lost weight in 3 weeks.
I don't feel deprived. There's a lot of great swaps to make.
You need to lose weight. You're a linebacker of a human being, woman. You need to lose weight. You don't need the swaps. You don't need that stuff. You need to lose weight. How this is the problem. This is why people go to Weight Watchers and stuff like. I'm sorry, but this is going to sound like people are not going to like to hear this. But you started at over 300 pounds, losing 44 pounds. Frankly, not that hard, especially in the time frame you've done it in. Like realistically, 300 pounds. I believe she started in January. You should be down like 70 pounds by now. Because the first couple weeks should have been like 4, 5, 8, 4, 5, 6 pounds of weight loss, just from the changing of the types of food you eat and losing inflammation. And then after that, if you're eating at 1,000-calorie deficit, a day, as a newsflash, you should be losing at least 2 pounds a week. And 1,000-calorie deficit a day for somebody of this woman's size is like 1,800 calories. Plenty of food to feed an adult human being. Plenty. And I mean plenty of food, especially an adult woman who should likely take in somewhere around 1,500 to 1,600 calories because she's not an athlete,
Helps me eat more protein, eat more fruit and veg. I love it, right? But this is the third week without loss.
But you're still going to go get your latte today.
And I just wanted to come on here and have a real conversation about it and just be transparent because I am truthfully just feeling like down right now.
And that's understandable, but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that you're doing to yourself. Like, you are not eating in a way that is going to lose weight. I'm sorry. Deep down, you know this. Deep down, you've got to be looking at it like, well, I haven't lost weight in 3 weeks and I'm still eating all this food. She gets like 44 points from Weight Watchers a day, and she goes for the 0-point treats nonstop. This is why the program is actually not working for you and will not work for you in the long run. Because you are too busy trying to cheat the program. You are too busy trying to make 0-point cheesecake, basically. And that is not going to work. There's no such thing as 0 points. Any system that has a 0-point value to anything besides water is fucking ignorant. I mean, and you're buying into it because you want to be able to eat all the sweet shit. You're a food addict. This is not bullying. This is truth. You are a food addict. There should be nothing more important to you than losing weight right now. Nothing. You have a child. You have a young child. And you are looking more towards the food. You're a food addict. That's why people stick with Weight Watchers, because they don't lose a lot of weight, but they get to eat whatever the fuck they want just about.
I feel really discouraged, and I just want to talk about it and get it off my chest because I had a really good...
I cannot believe she's driving and fucking filming at the same time. I'm sorry, that is distracted driving. That is illegal. She should stop doing that shit.
Week, and I'm really bummed about it. Like, there were literally days where I had leftover points, and I rarely do that ever. So I had multiple days with leftover points.
Yeah, but your points are 44 points or something like that. First of all, you likely need to have your points adjusted, which you probably have not done. Even by Weight Watcher standard, you're probably not sticking to their program. And secondly, you're eating too much food.
Walked at least 3 miles every day. I walked 4 yesterday.
If you're walking 3 miles a day every day, first of all, that's just kind of activity. That's just being a human being, technically. But also, that means you're eating too much food. If you're actually getting some activity and you're still not losing weight, you're eating too much food. It's the food.
And now on WW on the app, they have like your macros at the bottom and you can see the numbers and like your target numbers. I was hitting those numbers. Like, I don't know. I was Googling.
That's because the target's too high. It does not matter. Like, this drives me. I was having this conversation with a client today. I don't give a shit if it says you're eating 1,200 calories or 2,200 calories. If you're not losing weight, you're eating too many fucking calories. Like, reality exists. Like, that is where it comes from. And for some people, yes, they have to eat much less than other people to lose weight. And I know that sucks, but it doesn't change reality that that's the truth. If you are not losing weight and you are active and you're getting hydration, all this stuff in, if you're doing all the other healthy things and you are not losing weight, it is because you're eating too much fucking food. You're eating too many calories to lose weight on. You're at homeostasis. Reality exists. Like, that's the problem. I would argue that since she's on Weight Watchers, she's probably lost 40 some pounds, and is still on her initial Weight Watchers points, which she then tries to game as hard as she can. Like her saying, I have leftover points. Like if you ate something that like is like cheesecake or bread in a day, like what is the problem with people like thinking that like, oh my God, but I could never eat bread again? If you're fat, maybe you should think you never should. It's an addiction, people. It's crazy.
And apparently a ton of people had a plateau for weeks around the 40-pound mark.
So that is information bias. That is her seeking out stuff to like make herself feel better. Your body has no. It's the 40 pounds thing. Ridiculous. Like I always talk about like I had a plateau at 200 pounds. Like I had a fucking plateau. I could not seem to break it. Do you know why? Because I was self-sabotaging. Because I did not want to weigh under 200 pounds. Because the way I grew up, a man that weighs under 200 pounds is not a powerful man. Like I still was lifting the same, everything like that. But under 200 pounds, I was like, fuck it. But also over 200 pounds was too much. So I was mind fucking myself. Once I did the work in my own brain to be like, look, this is about longevity. This is about like, you know, feeling good, performing well, looking good, that sort of thing for your wife. Once I got past that, I was good. Once I realized like, you know, I'm holding on to different concepts of how big I'm supposed to be, but also the food I want to eat. Like once I gave that shit up, it became a lot easier and I've lost all the weight. I've kept it off. I'm binge free for a long time now. Like it's reality, people. Like this is the truth. If you are not losing weight, you are eating too fucking much. 1,741 days, no binge. Trust me, I get this shit. I understand food's hard, but this is a food addict talking about how she wants to eat food. That's all it is.
And like I really wanted to hit my goal of 250 by Christmas, and like I had calculated it a few weeks ago. I'm like, oh, like I think I can do this. I don't think I can now because of this setback. And
you don't think you can now because of you. I'm just going to point that out there. It's wild to think that you were just going to keep doing the same shit and it was going to stay the same as you changed. Like that's the thing. Like you change physically, and you think you can still keep doing the same shit. It's going to need adjusted. So that's where your problem is. And I mean, I'm sure like, there's a certain IQ problem here too, but the reality is that you're just eating too fucking much. And 250, like, again, a pound a week is great weight loss. If you lose a pound a week for an entire year, you've lost 52 pounds. Great. But if you start at 300 pounds, that means you're still objectively eating a lot more food than what you need at the very beginning if you're only losing a pound a week. And you're going to have to constantly keep adjusting that shit. You know? The problem is she's trying to still game the system. The game the food system is basically what she's trying to do.
I'm just feeling like really discouraged, truthfully. And if you're in the same boat, just know you're not alone. And the difference this time, though, is like we will persevere. Because in the past, if this was happening, I'd be like, well, why am I even trying? When I get discouraged in the past, like I would be like, well, why am I trying? Like,
I thought it was your genetics. I thought there was a billion reasons why you weren't losing weight and why you would regain weight than other than you. I remember you clearly saying that multiple times. Weird. But also, just so everybody grasp this. A 260-some pound female is eating, that's walking 3 miles a day, is eating somewhere around 2,700 calories a day. Like, she's gluttoning herself. Period. Like, for 3 weeks, it's one thing, like I said, it's one thing if it's an anomalous, weight reading or something like that, or 1 week or whatever. But a 260-plus pound female who walks every day, not losing weight, you're eating 27 to 3,000 calories a day. Like, there's not anything that this woman can say to make that not true. She's eating way too many calories. If you're not losing weight at 260 pounds, you are eating well over 2,600 calories, likely, especially if you're in any way active. Reality exists. And nothing can be said to make that any different.
just gonna go eat whatever because like why even try? But
she's telling us what she's done multiple times this past week or two. She's gone off the rails at least a couple times, I believe.
I know that the plateau will end, and
It won't end until you end it. The plateau will not end. It will not end until you end it. Plateau, like it, it is not out of your control. You are the one controlling it. Whether it's for good or bad, you are the one controlling it. You are the one doing it.
the weight will continue to come off. This is normal. You have to keep going.
It's not normal. Plateaus are not normal. Plateaus are a deviation in what is normal. If you're trying to lose weight, there's in a caloric deficit. That caloric deficit should be the constant. And while the variables around it might change, and the calories that you ingest might need to change to maintain that caloric deficit, it will not change unless you change what you're doing. Like the plateau will not change itself. You are responsible for what you've done to your body in the past, getting to 400 pounds, and you losing the weight now. I mean, granted, there's been multiple surgeries and lies and stuff like that on top of it, but it's on you.
It's not a reason to just give up. So we are in this together. If you have any tips on breaking a plateau,
that's good advice to her audience, by the way. Like, I always try to point out the real with the bad. Like, that is good advice to her audience. Like, we will not give up. I don't like when people say we. Like there's the we thing. Like, you don't know these fucking people. Like, yeah, you really don't. You don't know any of these fucking people, right? Like, I would argue I know a lot more people in my audience that's because I have coaching clients and people that have been on my app and all sorts of stuff than any of these other people. And I don't ever say we're doing this because we're not. I am. Like, if you're following along, great. I'm super happy about that. But I'm doing this shit. We're not doing it together. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate all the support you guys give, but none of you guys have received the death threats I've received. None of you, I'm sure you've got your own shit, but we're not doing shit together. I'm just doing shit, Same with her. You guys, you're not doing shit with your people,
So, leave it in the comments and let me know if you've ever been through this as well. Just know you're not alone and we got this. I love you.
The best, the thing that would make this video awesome, it would be her getting pulled over right now for fucking driving and filming. Just gonna point that shit out. I'll take some Q&A for a little bit, and then I'm off to finish up work on this project that I'm still working on. Also, I want to tell everybody, here is our 6-month coaching deal. We're about to end this next week. So if you have not signed up for it, sign up for it. Because we are definitely going to be changing this up next week, likely. She made a dump cake and little pizzas just the other day. Yeah, I mean, it's the food. 100% it's the food. It's always going to be the food. And the sad thing is like, she's doing the same thing that almost everybody does. There's lies that we tell ourselves. I have a whole video that's called The Lies We Tell Ourselves. The lies we tell ourselves are basically like, I used to tell myself all the time when I was like 300 pounds, like, I could lose 50 pounds and I'll be shredded. That's not even fucking close. I'm not shredded at 185 pounds. Like, I'm pretty lean, but I'm not shredded by any fucking stretch of the imagination at 185 pounds. It's just not, it's like this lie I kept telling myself. I talked to you about the 200-pound thing already too. Yeah, it's horrible. It is like, again, the best part, if that video would have been made great if like the police would have pulled her over, because that was crazy. All right, any questions on this, guys, before I run off for the week? Whoop. Thank you so much for helping me lose 22 pounds so far. You are very welcome, and I will never gain it back, especially during the holidays. You are very, very welcome. Thank you very much. And you should thank yourself. I'm just saying some shit and giving some guidance. You are the one that is doing the shit. So you should thank yourself, not me. I appreciate the thank you. Everybody should understand that. But I don't take credit for people's failures, so I shouldn't take credit for their successes. So that's reality. She has no true idea of what it is, of what she is actually eating. No. And I would argue that a lot of the ingredients that she uses for her swaps They're all endocrine disruptors and stuff like that could have a hit on your basal metabolic rate. So I don't understand why, like, this, stick with meat and vegetables. Like, if you can't grow it from the ground, like, stick with that stuff instead of, like, if you find yourself for recipes buying guarum gum, understand that that's not something that should be eaten, like, often. Weird to me. Very weird. All right, folks. Any last words before I head off? Whoop. I weigh and write down all the food I eat. That's good. Like, what you should start doing, though, as you weigh it, like, guess at it before you weigh it. Okay? Like, think, like, well, okay, this is like how, and however the units of measure, whatever you use, like, this is X amount of kilograms, or X amount, this is 0.5 kilograms, or, 1.1 grams, like, whatever, or whatever the unit of measure, or ounces, whatever. But weigh it in your hand, remember what it is, then weigh it and see how close you are. You want to teach yourself the weights of these things so you don't have to constantly weigh your food all the time. Like, you want to have a roundabout, idea. Once I got it out of my head that I don't need to eat all the time, just because everyone else is, and got my snacking and portions in line, I haven't gained any of the 100 pounds back I've lost. Great fucking job. Everybody congratulate this woman. That is goddamn amazing. Great fucking job. For real. Should a plate of potatoes or something other day, and she put them at points at 0? That's not how you're going to lose weight. Maybe a dumb question. I don't know. You're going to have to ask it for me to be able to tell you if it's dumb or not. But if it's dumb, I will fucking say it's dumb. So you can guarantee that shit. But go ahead and ask it. Let's get it out the way. Let's do that shit. Ask the last question. I'll tell you if it's dumb or not, and then we can get on. No? All right. Since you didn't come back, you're very welcome, Greta Padilla. I can't pronounce it, but you're very welcome. Good job on losing 100 pounds. That's excellent. That is very, very, very good. And keeping it off is the key. Like, make sure, like, do the 75-20-20 protocol. Just did a video about it the other day. If you do that at your biggest meal of the day, that'll help stop your portion sizes from creeping up, because that's how people start regaining weight. Most people that regain weight, they're not just like, fuck it, I'm eating pizza. Most people that start regaining weight slowly, and then they by their portion sizes creeping up, and then they step on the scale. They realize they've gained 10 pounds without realizing it, and all of a sudden the floodgates open. So do that. Keep the portion sizes down. You're doing great. Talk soon, everybody. God damn.